Good morning and welcome to day 14. So today, a bit of a stretch and recovery session, and we're still going to begin with frog squats and bear crawls, just because I think they're really good for mobility, but we'll just be doing them nice and slowly. So just come back and into frog squats. Just nice and slow, hold at the bottom. Hold at the top, stretch your hamstrings. We're going to try and keep our heels on the ground as much as possible. And change the vehicle. Nice and slowly. And back to frog squats. Just working through that range of motion. Coming up as tall as we can, and then sinking as low as we can, but again, keeping our heels on the ground. And change. Okay, and stop there. So we're just going to go into our feet and our hands and stretch out our calves. So we're trying to push our heel right down into the ground, our legs nice and straight, and then our right leg is just over the top of that. So we should feel that through our calf muscle in our left leg. So aim to keep pushing that heel down into the ground. And change sides. And relax there. So from here we're going to go into plank, just a high plank. So extending on that nice flat back position, toes on the ground, and then we're just going to move back into downward dog. So pushing back through our arms and shoulders, and trying to push our heels into the ground, keeping our legs nice and straight. Holding that, and back into plank. And back to downward dog. Trying to stretch a little bit further. And back to plank. And one more time, just focusing on your breathing. And back to plank. Okay, so from here we're going to stretch the Achilles. So just the same as our calf stretch, but this time we're just lifting our heel up off the ground and bending our knee slightly. So we should feel that stretch slightly lower than our calf. And change. If you want to increase the stretch, just drop your knees slightly lower. Okay, from here we're going to go back to downward dog, and then we're just going to lift our left leg up, driving our right foot heel into the ground, and just into one-legged dog. I'm just going to hold that. So still pushing through your hands, and change. So trying to stay engaged through the whole stretch. And relax. When in Rome, Russian twist. So sitting down, again, aiming to get our legs off the ground, and just slowly from side to side. Just pick up the pace a little bit, and extending our feet if we want to as well. Feet back in. Extending. Back in. And one more extension. And relax. So sitting hamstring stretch. So our right foot out in front of us, toes pointed back towards us, and then just locking our left heel into our thigh, and we're just reaching over, trying to keep that straight, flat back position. If we can't reach our toes, that's fine. We just want to be leaning over the top, so we are feeling that stretch through the bottom of our legs and the hamstring. And change the legs. So after being about 10 degrees yesterday, it's gone back to snowing outside today, so weather still can't make up its mind what it's doing, but not that I really get to experience it anyway. Okay, new exercise, dead bug, which is going to be lying on our back, arms up and hands up. All we're going to do is rotate by dropping our left arm and our right leg at the same time. And then we're just slowly swapping those over as well, so trying to work in unison. So a little bit of coordination as well as engaging the core at the same time. Couple more. Okay, and then just moving on to our sides for lowering quadriceps. So again, taking our ankle, keeping our knee together, and then just using our other arm to lie on. But we're trying to keep our knees pushed together this whole time, so we don't want to see legs coming up. We want knees to be nice and close so that we're stretching straight through the quadricep. And change sides. So it shouldn't be painful, just do what's comfortable and make sure that you are stretching. Okay, we're just going to come up into that high plank position. And then from here, we're going to take our right leg and put it as close up to our right hand as possible. And we're just going to be in a high lunge position. So our front knee, our right knee is bent and our back leg still as straight as possible with our toes pushing into the ground. So we should feel that stretching through our groin and hamstrings. And just going up onto our fingertips. And then as you breathe in, I want you to take your left arm and just rotate it up. And with our eyes just following our hands. And put that hand back down, step back into plank position, move your left foot up to your left hand, and hold in that plank position, hands on the ground either side of your left foot. And just coming up onto your fingertips. And bringing your right arm up to the sky. And back down into plank position. And then sitting down. From here we'll do our glutes. So we'll have our left foot. Our left leg bent, lying on the ground, our right ankle comes over, and all we're going to do is with our left hand, we're going to bring our right knee down to the ground, aiming to keep our right shoulder on the ground, and then we're just looking over our right shoulder. And moving back to centre, swapping legs over, and just taking our right hand on our left knee, guiding that towards the ground as we look over our left arm. And back to centre, feet down, and from here we're going to go into a hollow hold. So arms will be behind our head, feet off the ground, and we're just lifting up our shoulders as well, and holding that position there. Pointing our toes. And now we're just going to try to rock, keeping that dish shape into a hollow rock. So stay engaged the whole time. And back to that hollow hold. And one more round of hollow rocks. And sitting up. For our groin, we have our feet together. Aim to keep our back as straight as possible. And we're just going to use our elbows to push out our knees. Sitting up nice and straight. trying to push our knees out a bit further. Should be feeling that through our groin. Okay, we'll just move on to our hands and knees. Tabletop position. What we're going to do is much like the dead bugs, we're going to be extending our left leg and our right arm. So coming out straight like that, we're holding that for a second, and then we're just alternating legs and arms again. Trying to stay really controlled and tight through the core, so we're not swinging our body side to side. So really focus on your stability and your control through the whole movement. Okay, and down onto our stomach, pushing down slowly, arms out in front, and we're just going to be going for Supermans. So aiming to lift our arms and our legs off, engaging our core and staying tight through the middle, and just holding that for 1 second and then back down. So we're just moving slowly for about 30 seconds. It should feel really good through your lower back. Get engaging your core and your glutes at the same time. Okay, from here we'll bring our hands into our armpits, pushing up into that plank position, and back into downward dog, just really extending that pose. And moving forward into a high plank, slowly lower to a low plank and hold there, pushing up into a high plank, and back to downward dog. Back to high plank. Low plank. High. And we're back to downward dog. Okay, from here we're going to go back into the Sphinx pose. We're down into the Sphinx pose. So we're just bringing ourselves up, slowly lower to the floor, onto our elbows and hands, and we're just going to push up. Again, we should feel that through our lower back. And just relaxing down, pushing up again. And down. And up one more time. So again, we want to stay engaged with the glutes, hamstrings, keeping everything nice and tight. And lying down, putting our arms to our sides, and this time locust, we're just bringing our chest up off the ground, pulling our shoulders back, and then still engaging our glutes, and lowering. 2 more of these, up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. 1 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. And then just coming up into sitting position. It's taken me a while to be able to start crossing my legs again, but I'm slowly getting there. So we're just going to try and cross our legs, keep our back nice and straight, and then just bring one arm across our body. Just focusing on your breathing, pushing your legs down. We're trying not to round our back over. And change, pulling the other arm across now. And then just pushing our elbow down the back of our body. Again, we're still trying to keep nice and straight through the core and keep that flat back position with our chest out. And change. Okay, then all we're going to do is just try and lean forward, across, pushing your hands out in front and just rounding your back over. And then finally, we'll just finish with corpse pose, my favourite, so hopefully you find it as relaxing as I do. Well done for getting through 2 weeks. So we're back into it tomorrow, but hopefully you've enjoyed this stretch and recovery session. So we're just lying back down on our mat, carpet or floor, looking up to the sky, arms loosely at the sides, closing our eyes and just focusing on our breathing. And in through the nose and back out through the nose.